Good morning. It is Functional Faith Friday, and this morning we are on Clubhouse. So if you'd like to join the conversation, feel free to head on over into the app. And when I open up the floor for discussion, then I'm going to log off of this. So here we go. We're going to jump in. Whether you're new to health and wellness or a seasoned pro, this club and this show is for you. I'm Crystal Arthur, your functional wholeness coach, owner and founder of Functional Faith, and this is Functional Faith Friday, our weekly show. I started Functional Faith because I once was lost, but now I found a faith that works. With simplicity, empathy, and functional frameworks, my mission is to guide millennials, leaders from the fruit to the root of dysfunction, disorders, diagnosis, disruptions, and doubt, to discovering the freedom and fulfillment found in a holistic and healing spirituality. What's holding you back? Are you ready to experience the divine all the time? Then you're in the right place. Today's topic is listening to your body. Tomorrow, we're going to be discussing listening to your mind. And finally, on Sunday, we'll be discussing listening to your spirit and the Spirit of God. Each of these will be at the same time and same place here on Facebook, YouTube, my personal page on Facebook, as well as in our Functional Faith group. If you're not in the group, then please come on over where we'll be continuing these conversations in that space and also live on us and Zeal. Hey, baby, daddy's not in here. Can you close the door? Mommy's on a call. Thank you. Okay. So join us in all of these spaces. And if you'd like to contribute to the conversation, then you can join us on Clubhouse Friday, Saturday, Sunday at 8 a.m. And continuing the conversation in our group. So, listening to your body. What is listening to your body? Well, listening to your body can look like um, not only experiencing symptoms within your body, but actually listening to those symptoms, leaning in and not just stuffing them down, right? If someone were to come to you and say, in our relationship, I'm experiencing tension, I'm experiencing uh, uh, just disruption, right? Listening to them would be asking more questions. Listening to them would be figuring out why they're feeling the way that they're feeling, and why you respond to them the way that you respond to them, as opposed to just ignoring them or saying, well, let's just cut off a relationship immediately without trying to find out the root of this situation, or just saying like, no, nothing's wrong, like that's not really. So translating that into our relationship with our bodies, because it really is a relationship. Our bodies speak to us, right? And if we ignore our bodies, oh boy, then we're in for a whole manner of further disruptions, potentially disorders and diagnoses. So, listening to our bodies can also look like just intuition. Sometimes it's not necessarily we're having a symptom in our bodies, but it's that we just have a sense. It's not a symptom, but it's just a sense that something is amiss. Is off kilter, something just isn't quite right. And that really comes from having that relationship, right? Knowing yourself, knowing your and knowing when something might not, the blood work might not show it. There might not be anything that is out of range clinically, but knowing that for us, for our experience of our bodies, just having that intuition, that inner knowing that something isn't right. That also is what listening to our bodies is. So, why should we listen to our bodies? We should listen to our bodies. Well, one reason I've already mentioned, right? One reason is simply that that if we fail to listen to our bodies, just like if we fail to listen to someone else in a relationship out here, right? If we fail to listen, it causes further disruption. It causes further man, a further breaking of the relationship. Um, it Our relationship at that point will lack integrity, right? Because we say that we care, but we're not showing that we care. It's okay. You can get the baby wipes. My husband had to come in and get the baby wipes. Um, if we oh yeah, I care about you, I care about you. Okay, but when I'm coming to you and saying that something is wrong, which could be a symptom if it's our body, but another person coming to you, you're not addressing that issue, right? So then in that relationship, it lacks integrity because we're not saying what we're saying isn't the same as what we're doing, right? And so then there's distrust that occurs in that relationship. There's a brokenness that occurs in that relationship. And our bodies, well, staying with the relationship analogy, there's dis-ease, right? There's now the relationship doesn't flow. The relationship is no longer easy because I've come to you and I've expressed that I have a problem, and you're not addressing that problem. You're not even asking me why I have this problem in the relationship. So now there's no more ease in the relationship. There's a difficulty. And so in our bodies, that looks like dis-ease. This disease doesn't just occur. There are, you know, yellow lights and red lights. There's warning signs, there's flares, there's smoke signals, there's things that come up, often in the form of inflammation, maybe as small as occasional headaches, or a lack of energy, or a little bit of gas and bloating, right? But there's these small things that pop up. Um, and in a relationship, maybe it's just that we aren't spending as much time together, or we're not sharing as much intimacy, or we're no longer talking about our hopes and dreams, or we're not having fun anymore. Right. So I hope this analogy is helping you to kind of draw the lines, and the connections where you can see it's really a relationship with our bodies. Our bodies work the exact same way. Um, and when we aren't, when we aren't listening to our bodies, why should we listen to our bodies? Because when we aren't listening, then there's a lack of inner integrity that leads to this lack of flow, this lack of ease with our bodies, and which can lead to dis-ease. Also, there's this concept of congruency in psychology, and I actually meant to get it